Hey guys, good morning. It's Miss Palma here. So today we are going to be talking about simple fractions. Now, before you guys all leave, just let me explain, because it's fun. There's food involved. So the reason we're going to talk about fractions today is because I know you guys like to bake, and I really like to bake too. And you need to understand basic fractions in order to bake. Because, like, for instance, you're always going to be baking, it's going to call for a quarter cup of something, or a teaspoon of something, or a tablespoon of something. What does that mean? Or, if you're like me, I made a homemade carrot cake and then left my measuring cups at my friend's house. So when I was measuring stuff after that, I had to use my tablespoon for everything. Well, how many tablespoons equals a cup of something? So that's what we're going to talk about today, but we're going to make it fun. So, first things first, we're going to talk about cups. Now, I have a beautiful set of measuring cups that I like very much, and they're labeled quarter cup, half cup, third cup, 1 cup. Oh yeah, see, it's right there on the side too. Isn't that nice? But what does it actually mean to have a cup of something? So, to illustrate what we're going to talk about, I have a graham cracker because I just went camping over the weekend and we had s'mores. So, graham crackers are awesome because they have this little perforation in the middle of it. So pretend that this is your whole graham cracker, and this is going to mean one whole fraction. Because, yeah, when you have 1 cup of something, it is one whole fraction. Now, if I were to cut this in half, then I have 2. But when you put it together, it still makes that one whole fraction. Okay, so this would mean each of these could be half a cup, because when you add half and half together, you still get a whole. So that means when I'm baking, say I don't have a whole cup, I could use my half cup and then just scoop 2 into my recipe and I'll get the same amount. Yeah, and then I'll drop my graham cracker. Fantastic. Okay, so next, we're gonna come back to third cup, but to be honest with you, I can't really do it in graham crackers. It'll just get crumbs everywhere. So now, if I can, nope. See, I already went to an eighth cup. Ah, that did not work so well. Okay, so pretend each of these is still stuck together. This perforation did not work well. I probably should have broken some of these ahead of time just to make sure. So now I took my half and I broke it in half. And so that's going to be, I'm going to do the same on this side. See, that one worked. All right, this is better. So now, when you hold all of these up together, it's going to equal one whole cup. But when you look at it, each one of these is going to be 1/4 cup. So now we're going to do the rest of our measurements with this peanut jar. So if this peanut jar was full, which I really wish it was, but I was hungry, this was 16 ounces. So if I cut that in half, 16, divided by 2 is 8 ounces. All right, and so 8 ounces would mean half a pound, because if 16 ounces is a pound, 8 ounces will be half a pound. So right now, you can't see it, I have about this many peanuts left, which is about half of that half. So I have a 1/4 pound of peanuts left. So I have approximately 4 ounces. So if we remember, a whole can of this, 16 ounces. 16 ounces is equal to 1 pound, which takes 2 cups. Half a jar of peanuts, 8 ounces. 8 ounces is going to be half a pound, because we have half that amount. And then a 1/4. I hope that makes sense to you. And but again, when you get into baking and cooking, it's going to be really helpful, because say you only have, when you're cooking and stuff, it's easy to get your measuring cups lost and mixed up. And if you only find 1/3 of a cup of something and you have a whole recipe you need to do, you can still get all your baking and cooking done knowing what I just taught you. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you have any questions on anything, let me know. And I guess the final thing I want to talk about is teaspoons, because recipes also call for teaspoons. So say you find you don't have one that's connected like mine. Say you just have a 1/4 cup or just have a teaspoon cup, which is a thing. 3 teaspoons is equal to 1 tablespoon. Now this is not an accurate measurement, because mine, you can't see it, this is actually half a teaspoon. So ignore the size of this one. But 3 teaspoons is equal to 1 tablespoon. So then, if you only have your tablespoon and you need to make a cup of something, you don't have a tablespoon, you only have a teaspoon, and you need a cup of something, you're going to take 16, which is how many it is for a cup, times 3, because it takes 3 teaspoons to make a tablespoon. 16 times 3 is 48. So it's going to take 48 teaspoons to make a cup of something. It is ridiculous and stupid, but you can still do it. So this was my little baking fractions video today. If you see this chart, I encourage you to write it down. It'll help you with all of your fraction needs when you are baking and cooking in the kitchen. All right, guys, that's it. So have a fantastic day. I miss you, and stay safe. Hope you're doing well.